he's measuring weight in bowling balls. That's something. Because we say, oh, I'm 3 pounds less and 2 pounds that. That doesn't hit you emotionally the way a bowling ball does.
Yeah.
After you've lost 15 pounds. Because no one wants to be carrying that around. So psychologically, I thought that was quite potent.
That is potent. I think we do need some. I usually use like plates. I think of weight plates or dumbbells.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
I started doing intermittent fasting pretty recently, where I only allow myself to eat 10 hours in a day.
Oh wow!
That's
10 hours out of the 24-hour day.
Yes. So 14.
I had Terry Crews on my radio show on Star Talk. My boy's ripped. Okay.
Yeah, he looks great.
He's still, and he's like 47 or something. I mean, he's so he doesn't eat until 12 noon.
Oh,
and then
same sort
he
of
doesn't
deal.
eat till after 10 o'clock. That's right.
Yeah, 10 hours.
And then he doesn't eat after 10. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a 10-hour thing. And so he's watching everyone else have brunch and breakfast, and so he's got to overcome that. But so it's a little bit of fasting each day.
Intermittent fasting.
Just to keep the discipline. I think it's at the end of the day, it's really just discipline.
Well, it's not just that. It also forces your body to burn fat instead of carbohydrates. And when it forces your body to burn fat, that state of ketosis is actually easier to maintain because you don't get hungry.
Yeah, then there's no roller coaster.
The crash, the carbohydrate crash that you get.
Right.
Is that outside of the realm of possibility for you?
No, I can totally. I'm a ketosis guy.
Anything involved in science? Come on, I mean, it's in there, baby. It's in there.
I once got raked over the coals, not by everyone, but I tweeted once. I said, if there was a diet book written by a physicist, it would contain one sentence. Consume calories at a lesser rate at a greater rate. No, consume calories at a lesser rate than you burn them.
That is sort of true.
That's the one sentence diet book. No, it's more complicated than that. And everybody just try to get all. No, it's this, it's that, and that. And one of the great things of physics, when you do physics, is all the details are just cut off it's window dressing, and you get down to the window itself, and that's what the analysis works on. I
have rarely seen you attacked, but I did see you attacked when you were celebrating Sir Isaac Newton's birthday.
Oh.
I was like, people were so mad.
People lost their mind.
They lost their mind when you were, by the way, incorrect in the date of Jesus' birthday. That is not the date of Jesus' birthday.
Jesus was not born on the 25th. Right.
No, I mean, it's just...
Plus, I didn't even mention it. So what I said was, by the way, that to this day is my highest retweeted tweet.
I tweeted it. I retweeted it.
So you remember, it's actually a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
So it was on December 25th comes.
There it is.
Oh, you got
Child
good.
was
You
born
got
by
good.
the age 30 to transform the world. Happy birthday, Sir
So
Isaac
on this
Newton.
day long ago,
Show that one just
a child was
over by
born
the edge.
who by age 30 would transform the world. Happy birthday, Isaac Newton, born December 25th. 1642.
79,000 retweets.
Oh, yeah.
86,000.
There you go.
People just lost their mind.
They were so mad.
They were angry, and I thought, well, interesting, because I'm just speaking the truth here.
Yes.
He transformed civilization actually, he did it by the time he was 26. So yes, it's provocative because you're expecting that Jesus is going to end that.
Right.
But I thought I'd share some actual truth with people. And so some people celebrated it, deeply religious people. One had a headline saying, Neil deGrasse Tyson's trolling Christians on Christmas Day.
Well,
and
yes.
I said, Newton at least has the benefit of actually having been born that day. And then later on, it's actually more subtle than that with Newton, because he was on the Julian calendar, which is 10 days shifted from the Gregorian calendar. So if you ask what would his birthday be today, it would be January 4th, not December 25th. Oh. So, yeah, but when he was born, his mother was celebrating Christmas, so that's really what matters for that tweet.
Well, it's such a bizarre thing anyway, because if you're a real Christian, you would understand that the birthday was shifted in order to comply with pagan religions.
That's exactly. It landed. I don't know how many people know that, actually. I mean, you're a well-read guy, but so if you give me a minute to just explain that. So December 21st, we know, is the first day of winter, shortest day of the year. And what makes it short? Shortest daylight of the year. And what makes it short? The arc of the sun across the sky is very low. The sun doesn't get very high, and it doesn't stay up for very long. And it's been coming a lower and lower arc every day en route to December 21st. The ancient peoples were worried about this because everyone worshipped the sun because major crops come and gave you warmth.
Okay.
And he said, wow, if this keeps going
Now,
lower and lower in the sky,
see.
we're going to lose the sun entirely.
That's the one that's supposed to be lower.
December 21st, the sun slows down
I mean,
and stops this low,
Highest point
this
of
drop
the blade is over
in its
here.
movement across the
Highest
sky
point of the
from day to
blade.
day.
Well, that's even so.
So that stopping of the sun is solstice. That's Latin, the stationary sun, like armistice, stationary
So,
arms, right, from the end of the
there's
First
level.
World War. When November 11th that was. Armistice, solstice. So the movement of the sun lower in the sky stops. But that doesn't mean it's going to come back. It takes a few days for it to slow down, stop, and then reverse. You say, oh, it is coming back. Let's celebrate that. And that's
mean,
a few
it's
days
barely.
after December 21st. It's about December 25th, a pagan holiday celebrating the return
There
of the
you
sun.
go.
Christianity is trying to take foothold where pagans once roamed. And you put celebrations that match theirs just so that the shift is not as hard for you. And the unknown birthday of Jesus was then assigned this pagan day of celebration to make the transition easier for the pagans to become Christians. And sure enough, it remained Christmas Day.
And
ever
isn't it
since then.
speculated?
It made the birth of Jesus.
The speculated birthday of Jesus is like the spring.
The spring.
right?
There's some passages, of course, in the New Testament that reference what the sheep were doing. Plus, there's a census being taken by the Romans, which is what, and Mary goes to the manger. The animals are not in the manger, not at the. So there's secondary evidence for that's probably happening
there
in
we
the
go.
spring. That's
Now,
right.
with the advent of commercial space travel, which seems inevitable, seems inevitable, right?
Love your segues. Yes. Okay.